So a lot of you have reached out as part of my community forum asking if or the chances of the Dominica Passport losing the Schengen Access next. So I wanted to provide my assessment analysis in terms of the percentages, what I feel is probably going to happen. I'm also going to discuss some of the steps that are being taken as a result of the UK visa suspension on the Dominican passport. Now, if you've missed the all-important coverage about how UK suspended, including the reasons why they suspended the visa-free access on the Dominica passport, you can return and take a look at this video. This covers the whole topic in detail. Now, before we jump into the whole analysis of this and the chances and what's going to happen, etc., let's take a case study. If you look at Vanuatu, that's a perfect candidate, right, which lost the UK access. It also lost the Schengen access. Now you have a passport with no Kuna access, no UK access, no Schengen access. So what are you purchasing, right? People usually got this passport for the access purposes, and then obviously the residency and all those things are different. The access that matters is almost all gone. So is Dominica in the same route? Is that what's happening next for Dominican passport? Because a lot of people have purchased this one. They have invested in specifically this program. So the big question is, what is going to happen next? Now, it's very important to take into perspective what are the actions that are being taken. Now, the reason for the suspension in the first place was some sort of an abuse that UK saw that was related, and I say abuse in quotes. All these entities, the US, the UK, and now the EU is all focusing and narrowing their attention on these applications, right? So it's all in the spotlight. They're trying to uncover anything and everything that they can find and accordingly then immediately take action. Dr. Scarrett, now he has made some very strong and bold statements. Now, if you've missed my coverage on his take on all of this, his response to all of this, you can return and take a look at this video. This covers his response and my analysis to that. So the summary is that he plans to fix the situation by taking concrete actions. Now, when these PMs respond by saying we are going to be compliant, we want your access, we're going to take the necessary action, the first point of compromise is the applicants, right? So whatever action you have to take is taken against the people who are applying or who have applied to these programs. So things like citizenship terminations, enforcements, actions are all then taken on the applicants or the candidate. The UK is demanding or asking for its own set of actions. They have said yes to it, right? So he plans to fix those problems. Now, when EU puts forward their demands and they ask for certain things to be put in place, there are good chances they're going to say yes to it. So if they say yes to all these Western governments and take the appropriate actions, and I'm not saying that he would compromise all the applicants' data, but then that is what the applicant has signed up for, right? When you're giving all your information to these third parties in hopes for that citizenship, you're exposing all your data, all your information to external third parties and governments. When there is scrutiny and when there is action, the first point of use is all of that information, right? Different agencies are going to review it. This information is going to be spread into different departments. They're going to watch all of the content. So when you're providing this information, it's very important to be aware of what you're providing and to whom you're providing and the ramifications of all of this information that you're giving. Let's say in the unfortunate event of the Schengen Access suspension, ideally Dominica would want to ship as many products out as possible so they can generate maximum revenue for the development of the country. So for that to happen, I think what's really, really important here is to immediately discount the price of the program. Yes, you fix the things that you want to fix, but I feel that the program should be priced at 50K USD. So as many passports, as many citizenships can be sold. And while they obviously provide that enhanced due diligence and review of the existing applicants, at least they would have sold a lot of product to the people who are interested. Now, I would have said that there's a 75 to 80% chance that the Schengen Access would be terminated based on the actions that are in the pipeline. And I have been covering all these different mechanisms and actions since a very long time. So you can go and watch my channel, some other videos on what are the different mechanisms that EU is putting in place. But just because Dr. Skerritt is saying yes, yes, and yes to fixing some of these issues, I think there would be enough done to hopefully satisfy or prolong this action by EU. I feel at this point, practically speaking, there's a 50-50% chance. I'm saying 50% only because of the attitude and the approach of Dr. Skerritt. Without his saying yes to everything, I would have said 80% chance of the suspension if he would have backed the other side. But because now his intention is to satisfy the Western governments, I feel it's in the balance. It's going to be very interesting to monitor and see the developments in the upcoming few months. Now, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, make sure to turn on the bell notification and subscribe. And if you have missed my coverage on the article that covers the Serbian VIP passport procedure, what it is, etc., make sure to join this channel. The advanced polls and chats, you obviously get to interact with some of the community members who are actively participating in this. Be a part of the community if you can. And if you like this video, give me a thumbs up, make sure you're subbed, and catch you in the next one.